And welcome back to the Morning Blend with our continuing series, Insurance 101 with Sovereign Select. Well, time is running out to change your Medicare Advantage plan for the 2021 general enrollment period. Independent agent Jerry Wilson is here to explain how to do that. Hi, Jerry.
Good morning, Tiffany. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great, but wait, I am so confused. I thought that once Medicare annual enrollment period ended on December 7th, that you can no longer change your plan. So what gives?
Tiffany, you are correct. You normally can't change your Medicare enrollment after December 7th. However, there are 4 enrollment periods that an individual, whether they're new to Medicare, call their initial enrollment period. We're in January 1st through March 31st. Is called the general enrollment period, where an individual can if they've never signed up for Medicare, they now have the opportunity to do that. And then we also have the annual enrollment period that'll come up in October, again, October 15th through December 7th. And then a person may have a special enrollment period where if they move or if they lose their group health coverage to their employer, they can take advantage of that. And Tiffany, that's what we're going to talk about just for a few moments this morning, is that general enrollment period and why it's so important that a person make sure that they're checking with their human resources area to make sure that they have the correct coverage so that they're not penalized if they don't sign up for Medicare when they should, what's called in their general enrollment period, in their initial enrollment period. So let's take, for example, the Part B, the general enrollment period is for people who have not signed up for what's called Part B, as in boy. And what happens with that, Part B covers your medical costs, your lab tests, your doctor visits, and all that good stuff. But if you don't have that plan, Tiffany, this is really something that some people fall into this because they say, hey, I'm 65, I'm still working. But right now, Tiffany, a lot of people, 2021 has taught us that people have gone through a number of health changes and also they've lost their group health coverage. And if they didn't sign up if they don't have the right plan, they haven't signed up for Part B, there could be a delay in them getting coverage, their Medicare coverage. And then the other thing, Tiffany, the one word that we never like to hear, they could be subject to a 10% penalty for not signing up for Part B and not having that through Medicare.
Nobody wants that. Okay, so what did you say is the time frame that you have to be able to do that?
The time is now. If you're not on a Medicare Part B plan at this point, you just want to, give my Sovereign Select, myself a call and really look at making sure that you're signed up for Part B because the time period is January 1st through March 31st. Now, Tiffany, it's important to do this as early as possible. And the reason I say this is that I have a little story I'd like to share with you from a friend of mine. They called me up recently, and she called me and she says, Jerry, I'm supposed to enroll in Medicare. They told me they'd send me information. I haven't heard anything. My enrollment date is February 1st, and I still have not been able to sign up. What do I do? So I was able to assist her and make her, go back and talk to her employers or HR area, and they were able to assist her in the program in terms of getting information out to her. It's so important that we start early during what's called that initial enrollment period, because if we don't sign up at the proper time, we could be subject to a penalty. So I really would just encourage individuals this morning, even if you're turning 65, you're in what's called your initial enrollment period, make sure you sign up for Part A and Part B so that when your enrollment time comes, you can enroll 3 months before, the month of, and 3 months after that you're in your plan. But it's important that you sign up for Part A and Part B to make sure that you have the full Medicare coverage and you're not subject to any penalties.
See, I think this can be so confusing for people, and that's why I love that you do these Road to Medicare events, and you really can talk people through it and help them. I know you've got some coming up. What do people learn on those?
What you learn in our Road to Medicare is that we walk you through what we call the A, B, C, and D's of Medicare, and we really explain to you the steps that you need to be taking, like enrolling 3 months before. Then once you get to that enrollment period, You can then, we sit down with you. We customize, we look at your health needs. We look at your budget, and we kind of say, hey, what do you want to be on? Do you want to be on a Medicare Advantage plan where it covers, it takes and put it all into one package? You have one premium payment, and you can, and Tiffany, right now, there are a lot of plans that have zero premium cost. And then also we look at a person who says, no, 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 Jerry, I don't want any bills coming to my home. So you get on what's called a Medicare Supplement, and that takes and puts everything, your health costs into one bill, and you just simply pay one payment. And when you go to the doctor, you don't have any co-pays, and you're not experiencing any bills coming to you saying you owe this amount. So it takes care of everything. But either one, they're both. I heard a story recently. Someone said to me, like, hey, if someone was offering you $100, $20, or $100, and said, which one would you take? And the young man looked at his mentor and said, I take the $100. And then his mentor said, you take both. So I tell people all the time, why don't you look at one of these two plans, and why don't you take one that fits your situation and gives you all the benefits that you need? And then you don't have to, then you're not trying to figure out, how to deal with a lot of medical bills. And the Medicare plans right now, they're on the market right now. They are absolutely fabulous. Whether you go with a Medicare Advantage plan or Medicare Supplement, they're going to give you that really great benefit. But the thing you need to make sure of as we get ready to wrap up, Tiffany, is that you need to make sure that you're enrolling. If you're still working as an employee, if you're still on your group health plan at your employer, you want to make sure that if you transition off of that plan, that you take advantage of what's called the special enrollment period. That was one of the screens that we showed earlier, that you enroll in a special enrollment plan so that you're not subject to that 10% penalty that comes from not enrolling.
No one wants that.
No one
Thanks,
wants
Jerry.
to
We
do
ran out of
it.
time.
Yeah, no problem. It's been great talking to you. Hey, have a great day. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to give me a call. And I think you can give some information on that.
I will. Absolutely. So good to see you. Love it.
Same here.
Absolutely. Make sure that you attend one of Jerry Wilson's Road to Medicare seminars. It's an educational meeting. They're coming up on Tuesday, January 26th at 10 a.m. and Friday, the 29th at 1 p.m. You can join through your computer or over the phone. The event is educational only. There is no cost for this event and no cost for consultations. Jerry Wilson offers those no-cost consultations. All you got to do to get that free consultation is register for the event. Give him a call at 262-222-2872, or for more information, go to his website. It's selectjerry.com.